So this is like literally the building block of the quantum computer right here. This is it. This is the building block.
This thing is like finding an alien spaceship in the Walmart parking lot. This is a superconducting single photon detector.
We're going to have a system by the end of this decade that simply today's supercomputers won't be able to touch.
We're going to gain mastery over the microscopic foundations of our world. You need a big old machine to do that.
This is PsiQuantum HQ, ground zero of what's set to become the world's largest quantum computer. And this is Pete Shadbolt,
Thank you, Congressman, for the question.
PsiQuantum's co-founder and chief scientific officer.
Pete, you're talking about 1 million qubits for a fault-tolerant machine.
I think it's fair to describe PsiQuantum as sitting on the extreme end of the spectrum of quantum computing companies. From the very beginning, we've just been pig-headedly interested in building million qubit scale machines.
PsiQuantum has now raised close to $2 billion with a valuation of over $7 billion. And of that funding, nearly $1 billion came from the Australian government.
But $1 billion on a company that is a startup.
So we thought, who better to ask the hard questions than a couple of Aussies with no clue of how any of this works.
So you store the computer in here. No. Can you explain? You know what you're looking at?
And the eye-popping rally and recent crash in quantum computing stocks has brought this niche technology into mainstream investing conversations. Kate Rooney joins us with a look at what exactly is quantum computing and where it is all headed. Good morning.
Pete, how you going?
Hey, how you doing?
Good to see you.
Welcome. Nice to see you guys.
Why does the journey towards quantum still matter, given how much AI progress is going on?
Right, like amazing progress is being made with applying AI to chemistry, to material science, to drug discovery, fuels, and many of the same kind of applications that we care about. But quantum computers will always be necessary to solve the hardest computational problems, and AI will not solve those problems in general. AI was a failed field, multiple winters, had a bad reputation as a science project that was always overpromising and under-delivering. And so quantum computing is at that stage where we haven't delivered anything yet. There are no useful quantum computers on the planet. We're spending a lot of money. We're building huge machines. There is a very strong scientific consensus that that's gonna bear fruit. But you're absolutely right. We're asking people for a challenging amount of patience. If we don't build the quantum computer, in 1,000 years, humans will be sitting on some planet somewhere, looking at a problem in chemistry or material science or partial differential equations or whatever, and we'll be saying, if only we had a quantum computer, we could solve this extremely valuable or important problem. And that's just an unacceptable outcome to me. Get on and build it. It's metal, silicon, fiber, just put it together. And that's generally how we try to operate.
Is that what you tell your engineers?
Yeah, get on with it.
Yeah.
Why not?
This video is not a quantum computing explainer, but before we tour PsiQuantum's HQ, we need to understand a few quantum fundamentals first. The device you're watching this on contains trillions of bits that allow it to store and process data. This light switch represents 1 bit, and each bit is either 1 on or 0 off. With quantum computers, we have both quantum bits and qubits, meaning that rather than being at 1 or 0, a qubit can be both on or off at the same time. So what does this actually all mean? Well, say I wanted to crack the code to this door. A classic computer will try every combination one at a time until it finds the correct answer. But quantum computing takes a fundamentally different approach. By harnessing the qubit superposition superpowers, they can try every code simultaneously, giving you the correct answer in an instant. So why does this all even matter? Well, when you apply quantum processing into complex computational systems like financial modeling and molecular simulation, the potential upside for this technology becomes extremely clear. Today's most advanced quantum machines range from a few hundred qubits to a few thousand, but they don't really have a purpose yet. they're mainly just niche research tools. PsiQuantum believe that creating a 1 million qubit machine could be the key to creating the world's first useful quantum computer. A computer that could unlock a whole new frontier of science.
Our approach has been to architect the machine in such a way that we can fit ourselves into pre-existing high-volume supply chains, and in doing so, basically save a ton of time and money.
What is this?
So this is the 2 Kelvin pump, and you can think about some of this infrastructure as being quite similar to the liquid cooling infrastructure that you'd find in a modern AI supercomputer or data center.
Has there been much innovation in the way you guys have built the cooling side, or is this?
The cooling is all existing technology off the shelf, yeah. Which is the way we like it. And it's interesting, like the whole strategy of the company is to avoid invention, like avoid inventing anything. But you can't build a quantum computer without a shitload of development, and that's what you're seeing here. You want to see inside?
Ta-da! What are we looking at here?
So liquid helium is coming in from the top, flows up through this backplane. The 2K pumps that you looked at earlier are pulling vacuum on the top of the helium, boil it off, and then this whole thing is taken down to base temperature, yeah. It's really difficult to build a quantum computer. We still have a lot of hard work to do. But on the other hand, like, you can look at this and you can say, well, this is pretty much the form factor. Like, this is what we're using. Those chips are made in a big fab. That's standard fiber optics. So it's going to be real hard, but it's basically this.
So this is like literally the building block of the quantum computer right here. 100 of these together and you have a quantum computer. Each one of these will have 260 different chips. This is it. This is the building block. How much do you think you will have to raise to get to that million qubits? Like, is there some sort of law where, like, with AI, every single model might cost like 10 times more to train or something?
Yeah.
Like, how does that exist here?
Well, so I'm very grateful that we don't have that problem where and it's kind of amazing that they're explicit about it. They're like, we need exponential money to make linear progress.
Yeah.
That's like kind of crazy to go out and say that.
PsiQuantum's approach is fundamentally different to the AI hyperscalers. Quantum computers don't require vast amounts of training data. Instead, they work from first principles. Although this technology may seem foreign, it's not quite as alien as it may sound.
Taking somebody who was building mainframes in the 80s, imagine that just bringing them here. They'd recognize all this stuff. It's sort of encouraging in a way, like some of the devices, they'd say, wow, that's a crazy device, but this stuff, it's not that alien to these people.
PsiQuantum are building a 1 million qubit fault-tolerant quantum computer. I'll level with you, this is one of the most ambitious missions I've ever heard about in my life. If they succeed in what they're doing, this will revolutionize so many industries, and it was just incredible to have Pete tour us around. And I'm so thankful that Vanta was an early supporter of us. They actually saw our potential in storytelling earlier than so many other people. And because of them, we're able to make these stories like this happen. And just a few weeks ago, Sachin and I launched Kindling, and we're starting to think about selling to larger enterprises. And there's a lot of compliance questions that come up. We're starting to feel the complexity of it, and having a company like Vanta take care of it is genuinely really valuable. Things like SOC 2, ISO 27001, HIPAA, and more. Enterprises care that you've got all of that covered. But what Vanta does is that it helps you automate all of that. It gives you continuous monitoring, audit-ready reports, so you as a founder can focus on the things that really matter to you, like your product and your distribution, and Vanta takes care of the compliance. And we've got a special offer for you. Head to vanta.com/Sachin and Adam, and you can get $1,000 off. And now back to our interview with Pete Shadbolt.
Yeah, a lot of people run around Silicon Valley and think about technology for their whole life and never actually see a wafer. But this is where every chip in your cell phone, laptop, whatever, it all starts like this. The difference is this is a photonic wafer. So instead of moving electricity around, we're moving light around on the chip. So you can find a hair. If you scan around, you'll find a hair, and that'll give you a good sense of scale. That's a human hair there. That's why I haven't got any hair. You can see a ring resonator here. That's how we make photons on the chip. The light goes around and round in that ring. And then you can also see a waveguide going into a splitter. See this structure here, where the waveguides kind of come together and then split apart? That's how I would make a qubit. So if I take a single photon and I send it, it flies along in this waveguide, it'll hit this thing and split in half, and it goes into a quantum superposition of both waveguides at the same time. And I just label this waveguide 0, label this 1, and now I've got a qubit on a chip.
So that's 1 qubit right there.
That's basically the most rudimentary photonic qubit, yeah. And then there's more like exotic stuff. So that, again, most of these components are kind of familiar. They're like really high performance, but they're familiar. This thing is like finding an alien spaceship in the Walmart parking lot. This is a superconducting single photon detector, and that can detect a single particle of light with 99% efficiency, can count the number of photons in the waveguide. So it's like an insanely sensitive detector. Yeah, that has been one of the major missing pieces. So this is how we actually read out the qubit. This is the device that turns quantum information into regular zeros and ones.
So the goal is clear. 1 million qubits and you have a useful working quantum computer. With everything we'd seen, we wanted to understand why people still argued over whether this technology is even real.
Is it inevitable that it does happen?
Yeah.
Is that a philosophical answer or a technical answer?
Well, that's my technical assessment.
Yeah.
You know, that's my best technical assessment, is that you can definitely build a quantum computer. You can definitely build a photonic quantum computer. You know, there's 2 points of view on the thing. On the one hand, it's alien technology. On the other hand, it's silicon, steel, fiber, you know, helium. Build it, put it together, make it work, fix the problems. Like, that's how we get this thing built. And that's generally the attitude that we try to have at the company. The way we find drugs, the same as the way we find catalysts. That's a very non-deterministic discovery process. And so, you know, the grand vision is that we just stop doing that kind of flailing around in the dark, and that we're able to deterministically design these things properly.
It's like a new infrastructure for like the whole scientific method.
Yeah, the turn of phrase that I like is a categorically new level of mastery over chemistry, physics, and math. And AI is giving us, I think it's giving us a profound improvement in our mastery over chemistry, physics, and math. It's going beyond the existing density functional theory, coupled cluster, these methods that have been around forever. But I think that if you really want to claim a categorically new level of mastery, you got to have a quantum computer.
I think the question on the top of everyone's mind is, when will we see useful quantum computers actually in the world?
So most teams are now aligning around a roadmap towards the end of the decade. There are existing quantum computers today, of course, like there are small machines out there, but that's really, you know, the consensus actually of the industry on when we will have truly useful systems.
Queensland enters the quantum race.
3, 1, 2, 3, go!
The start of work in Petrie, Moreton Bay, the site where the world's most powerful computer will be built.
We'll deliver the world's first fault-tolerant, utility-scale quantum computer.
During the initial construction phase, PsiQuantum will prepare for the arrival of a large cryoplant, the largest cryoplant ever built for quantum computing. Meanwhile, in Chicago, PsiQuantum are currently building one of their largest prototype systems, a $9 billion mega project. Only time will tell when commercial use cases become a reality, but for the team at PsiQuantum, that doesn't look too far away.